everybody, and welcome to the Warwick Valley High School for the Warwick Valley Wildcats versus the Valley Central Vikings today in a great Wednesday night game. We haven't covered volleyball in a long time, but that did not stop us from showing up tonight. Hello, I am Makai Winfrey, and today I am joined by a new face, Samantha Diltz. Samantha, are you ready for some volleyball?
I'm so ready for some volleyball. It's just going to be so much fun tonight. I'm very excited.
The great thing about volleyball is that there's a lot of components that go into winning, and what are the three things that Warwick needs to do to win tonight?
Okay, well, first of all, they need to start out aggressive. If you don't start out aggressive in the game, how are you going to pick yourself up? Second of all, these girls have had a couple losses this season. I think they need to put that behind them if they want to win and if they want to have the confidence to win. And third, most important part of any contact sport, in my opinion, defense, defense, defense. So important. Cannot stress that enough.
The great thing about teamwork is that there's always one player who you can look to count on during these games, and who is that player for us?
For me, that's number one, Miss Alexa Hansen. She's an incredible hitter. She's got an incredible arm. She can hit on both sides, but she's multifaceted. She can play more than just hitter. She can play a lot of different positions. She's incredible, and she's a great player, and she's going to lead us to a victory.
All we can do is hope from this point on, but guys, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, it'll be some Warwick Valley volleyball from the high school.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Welcome everybody to Warwick Valley High School for the Warwick Valley Wildcats versus the Valley Central Vikings here tonight. I think we said everything we need to say in the pregame, Sam. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're just ready for a fun and action-packed game. Looks like the girls are greeting each other on the sidelines. Seems like it's going to be a lot of fun tonight.
Very loud.
Yeah, very loud. Lots of spirit.
Very loud. So, going into this game, the Warwick Valley Wildcats are 6-6, and the Valley Central Vikings are 6-3. A couple games not played for Valley Central, but nonetheless still a better record, I think, is how they count that, right? So we'll have to see if Warwick can step it up here tonight. We talked about in the pregame how they're kind of on a, what would you say, a little bit of a lull right here. You think they can pick this back up?
Yeah, I think the girls, from the looks of it, are really determined to step it up, especially, you know, like you said, they had a bit of a lull, but I think, again, one of the most important things is for them to really get out there and have confidence in the game. That's one of the most important parts.
So it appears that we are all getting ready to go. Don't quite know what to fill the air with, to be honest with you. So, correct me if I'm wrong here. We put 6 on the court, correct?
Yes, we put 6 on the court. We've got the libero over there, number 11. I believe that's Lily Hennessy Cole. She's a junior. She's our libero starting out. And we've got number 14, Miss Peyton Komorski, serving. And she hits with a nice simple serve.
Nice and over. 1 hit, 2 hits. Here's the third one. It's going to go back over. Pass. A third one goes over. That's going to stay in. Third hit. Back over. Dig. And a huge. Oh my God. That got back up. I don't know how.
All right. Seems like Warwick got the point on that one.
First point for Warwick.
Bit of a ball fumble there with Valley Central, bit of a technicality, but we got the first point on the board. I want to point out number 4, Genevieve Boyle, with that incredible hit.
Just took the words right out of my mouth. I don't know what to say.
Sorry about that.
No, oh my God, huge serve. 2 hits, the third hit's gonna go back over.
Oh,
huge
there she
dig.
goes. The libero, Lily, with an incredible dig. And there you go.
That's gonna go 2-0 for Warwick.
Again, number 4, Genevieve Boyle, just an incredible arm, incredible hitter. She's a senior. We're going to miss her.
So, we are going to, there's a lot of, volleyball goes very quick, but very slow, I feel like, sometimes.
Oh, yeah, that's the game.
So, Oh my gosh. Now this third serve of the game, up and a huge serve. He's going to go up and over. Charlene, a pass to 14. And it's not going to be saved. It's going to go 3-0 for the Warwick Wildcats.
All right, so the Wildcats have had a pretty good start. We're only 3 points in, but they seem to be playing confidently. They're ready to win back that title.
So we'll see Peyton get ready to send it back over. Huge hit coming.
Wow, incredible.
First is a big response. Oh, wow, and that's going to be the first point for Valley Central.
Oh, nope.
Oh,
That's
no.
for Warwick. That was out.
Oh, it was out of bounds. I thought that was in. My correction.
It's hard to catch that sometimes. This is a very tedious game. You got to pay attention to the lines. Sometimes it's hard to do that. There's so much going on. But here we go again, number 14, Peyton.
Peyton gets ready. I imagine sending herself up. Huge spike. Send right over.
Strong serve, as always, from Peyton.
And that one is going to get hit back.
Oh,
Oh, big hit.
Strong hit from number 10 on Valley Central, but Warwick got it. They caught it, and they're still going. Oh, she ran for it.
Warwick was doing exactly what they had tried to do at the beginning of this game. You know, strong defense. Didn't play out right there, but nothing to the discredit of Warwick, obviously. First point, though, for Valley Central.
Oh, and but Warwick is still really running for it. They want that. Number 11, Lily, she's really standing out to me, our libero. She's just running for every ball she can. That's the kind of spirit you want from the libero.
So this will be number 5 to serve it over. Not as much power as from Warwick, but it's going to end that play quick. Another point for Warwick.
And that's Genevieve, once again, just bringing it home with that strong hit.
Big hits from our inside. It wouldn't be our outside hitters, would they?
Oh, well, Genevieve, she was in the middle when she made that hit. Looks like she's playing outside right now. She went for an assist there. And there she goes again. A little bit less of force on that one, but still, she got a kill. So that's all that really matters.
Very effective and very accurate this far in the game. A 6-1 lead here in the first set.
And here goes number 11.
Lily Hennessy Cole. Gonna send it up and serve it way over. Big dig so far. 3 hits. It goes back to Warwick. How will Warwick respond?
Ooh, nice
and that's going to be another point for the Wildcats.
That was a great hit from number 6, Reagan Smith. She's a junior here at Warwick. Just an incredible arm on her as well.
A lot of very accurate hits so far through the first 8 plays of this game.
Oh, yeah.
Huge serve from Cole.
Correct me if I'm wrong, we have had good hits this entire game so far, right?
Yeah, I can't think of one bad hit. Oh, no. I don't know if it was a miscommunication or just a good hit from Valley Central, but that gets Valley Central a second point.
Warwick is still in the lead, 7-2. We'll see where the night takes us. We've got the libero for Valley Central. I'm trying to see a number there. She's going to serve.
Don't quite have a number, but it's going to go way over and I believe out. Yep, out of bounds. So 8-2 now for Wildcats. You know, Warwick entered this game, again, I talked about it, they were 6-6. They were 2-1 at home, or in the league, my correction. They were 2-1 in the league. You see Genevieve. Big hit over.
You can hear it.
Still in. That's the third hit. Is that going over? It's not. So another point for the Wildcats. But as I was going to say, 2-1 in the league. If they can win this game, they go to 3-1. This will be big to take second in the standings, trying to catch Minising.
And that's the goal for tonight. Here we go, Genevieve. You can hear the hit.
Miss Boyle is going to send it right on over.
And there's just so much power there.
It's a third hit. Here it goes. Has to go over. Doesn't quite have the power behind it. Gives Warwick a now 10-2 lead early in the set.
Looks like a timeout has been called. These girls are going to
regroup.
Talk to their coaches.
So, Sam, if you are Valley Central, an early storm has not been weathered by them of Warwick, who's got the home field advantage. What do you need to do?
If I were Valley Central, I would really be focusing on these hitters. This is my first time at a Warwick volleyball game in person. And all I really got to say is these girls have an incredible arm, and they're going to kill out here if Valley Central can't get their digs. They just got to constantly have the best defense.
And if you're Warwick, do you try and keep your emotions in check still at this point, or are you kind of letting yourself run hot?
I think if you are a Warwick, even if I'm not a hitter, even if I'm in the back row, I still got to focus on getting those digs. These girls, every single role is important on the court, and it's not just the hitters. I'm obviously talking a lot about how great Genevieve is, but they're all incredible, and they really got to work on teamwork.
Boyle sends it over. That's the second hit for the Valley Central, and again, the same thing as the last play. Warwick gets another point, 11-2 now.
Yeah.
Not too much has gone right for Valley Central to this point, but obviously things still can very easily change.
And that's the game. Volleyball, it's only you got to get to 25 points, whoever gets to that first, and, it's just the nature.
Genevieve, a huge send right over, but that is not going to go over, so what would you say, a bad hit, bad serve?
I would say that she just maybe didn't angle it correctly, but nonetheless, just still I could hear the power in the serve, even if it didn't make it over the net.
Unfortunate.
With a great dig, she carried herself back there. Ooh, a nice tap from, I'm trying to get a number on her, number 1, I believe, on Valley Central had a nice tap over there. I think the girls from Warwick were expecting a powerful hit, but she gave them a nice touch, and it just softly glided over the net.
Valley Central starting to build up momentum here. They've got an 11-4 deficit at this moment here in the first set. But a huge hit from Warwick, and it's going to get them another point.
And that's number 12, Charlene Petershock. She's a senior as well, and that was an incredible hit. Haven't seen that from her throughout the game, but she's a hidden weapon here for Warwick.
Senior captain in her own right. We'll see.
Here we go, Reagan Smith.
Reagan sends it over. A huge hit. Gonna tap it, and I believe that's it.
That's Valley Central.
Yep, that's.
Our score is 12-5.
Yep. Very unclear. Maybe it's just me. Maybe very unclear on what the boundaries here are.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a loud sport. You got people yelling everywhere. It's just everyone's involved. You can see the parents are so involved. The players are so involved. The sidelines. Everyone loves the game and is so excited to see what happens.
Right next to the net. It's going to be closer on a third hit, and it's going to be in. So that's going to rally Valley Central up to 6 points now, 12-6, trying to make up for that early deficit they were down.
Yeah, and they're halfway there. Looks like they're doing pretty well carrying themselves. You got to give credit to Valley Central. They are our guests. And here comes number 15.
Big save. Going to go right back on over to Warwick. Hit from Hennessy Cole. On over, that's going to get over.
Yeah, Genevieve, that was very good.
They tried to block it. Genevieve gets it back over a second time, trying to help out this Warwick team keep the power going, and that's going to be another point for Warwick.
All right, and yeah, I mean, these girls are just proving how multifaceted they are and how many different positions they can play on the court. I mean, Genevieve, she had that insane hit earlier on in the game, but she can also play back. And we've got number 3, Ashley
Comer. Oh, that drum's going straight out. It's another point for the Wildcats. Goes 14-6 now.
Yeah, it looks like Valley Central didn't have her hand in the right spot. Went off course. So now we're back to number 3.
Miss Comer sends it up and over, and that one's going to go to the left. Now up, collision between teammates, but that still gets over the net. Warwick trying to find a recovery. Oh, it bounced off the net, still gone over the Valley Central side. Oh, that's going to go out.
She went for it. Genevieve, she went for that dig. Again, her hands might have not been in the right spot. It was very fast, but it went off track. She still tried her hardest, and she's really getting out there. That's what volleyball is. It's sudden movements.
Serve now from Valley Central up over to Warwick. Lily hits it. It's number 2, Victoria Martinez, and this straight back down for another point for the Wildcats, 15-7.
Yeah, Peyton Komarski, number 14. The girl just did the hit right there, just went in for the kill with that, and she delivered.
Worth noting, ranked 13th in Section 9 is where Warwick is. Ranked 11th is where Valley Central is. This is a very big game for where they're ranked. As you see a huge send over, and it's going to be a point right off the bat for Warwick on another play, 16-7.
And let me just correct myself. It was not a kill. It was an ace that she had. So, correcting myself there.
Does it give you the itch to play volleyball again?
Oh, no, absolutely not. I had an injury last year, my tailbone.
Oof. Unfortunate to hear, but
Commentating feels that.
that is a great thing to hear. But what is not a great thing to hear for us is that Valley Central has just scored again, 16-8. Well, I mean, Warwick has a lead. They can kind of, play with it a little, right?
Yeah, they have a little wiggle room here and there to miss a hit, have a dig go off track. But they really got to stay focused, stay aggressive in the game. Like I said, that was one of the top 3 most important parts. You got to stay aggressive, not even just from the start, throughout the whole game.
Oh, Warwick.
Ooh.
Don't believe yet.
Yeah, the Warwick touched the net a couple times there, yeah.
It's like a death sentence almost, right?
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
It's stuck in the net and someone tries to hit it up over the net.
Yeah, touching the net has to be one of the most heartbreaking feelings in volleyball during a game.
So Valley Central will serve it back over to Warwick again. Hit there, I believe, from Lily Hennessy Cole. Third hit's going to send Warwick over to Valley Central. First one doesn't. Second one, third one does it. That's just not... I just think a bad angle from Lily is what made that happen.
Again, she kind of is there to make those quick decisions as to where the ball's going to go next, and you can't be right every time. And she's playing well.
I believe was that a timeout that was just called?
Yeah, that is a timeout. The score is 16-10. Warwick is up by 6, but we don't want them to have. We don't want them to be too cocky. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just so excited about volleyball.
Warwick needs to keep themselves in check. My color, Sam says, but at a point when do you think they have to stop coasting and just finish out the set?
I mean, I think when it really gets down to when you're both in the 20s, if that gets to that point in this set, I think when you are 2-3 points right by the opposing team, you really got to lock in and you really got to get in there and just hit and defend and just do as much as you can to get that point for your team.
Valley Central is starting to mount a comeback. Deficit at one point was 9, if I recall right. Now it's down to 6. Believe there's is that a substitution? I might be wrong on that. I'm not quite sure. There is a miscommunication here on the Valley Central side.
It looks like we got a player on Warwick talking to the ref. We've got number 3 over there just waiting to serve. Just practicing a little bit there.
Everyone trying to figure out what exactly is going on. Players talking to the Warwick coach.
It's just how the game goes. It's the middle of the week. We're all tired. But it's still such a lively experience in here. You can feel the energy in the room.
Lots of these girls play lots of games throughout the week. You'll see Valley Central send this one back over. Huge hit. But that one is going to stay in and get Valley Central another point, down to 5 now.
It looks like Lily is kind of losing herself out there a little bit. She ducked down with that. I think she's noticing the 16-11 score, and she's really trying to get that back for her team. Credits to her.
Valley Central sends that one over. I believe that was Victoria Martinez with the first hit. Genevieve is going to be the one that sends it over. Valley Central, big hit.
Wow.
Just missed that one with Charlene Petroshoff.
Number 10 on Valley Central, her hits are just like no other. That's I don't think that's the first time she's had a crazy hit so far. She really is something out there.
Looks very similar to hits that we have seen so far in this game from her. Probably the 3rd or 4th time to this point. Valley Central sends that one back over. Warwick with a good first hit. Sets it up for a second, and Genevieve knocks it over the 3rd. The rhythm of this game is very consistent, and Valley Central gets another point. The deficit's down to 3, 16-13.
Yeah, Lily out there again, missed another dig. She's really trying out there. It's so hard being libero. You're really out there to just have the most sudden movements possible, and you got to make those split decisions. And I think that's why it's such a unique role to have on the court. She's doing as best as she can. It's a tough game out there. These girls are very close in talent and skill and strength, both teams.
And that's going to be another point for Valley Central right there, as that was just a miscommunication, I think, on where that ball was going. And so that takes the deficit now down to 2. Valley Central's up to 14 points, catching up to Warwick 16.
Yeah, Warwick has not scored in a while. Let's hope that changes soon. We got a sub, but didn't notice that. Number 5, Julian Delbert, is now our libero. Looks like she couldn't make that dig, but it's her first play. I'm sure she will advance throughout this set and the next.
So the 16-15 is the score now. Valley Central sends this one over. Big hit on the second one there. Genevieve's going to try and smack it over. She got it. And that's going to tie up the game right there. 16 apiece now, Warwick and Valley Central. Warwick's got to find a way to regroup.
I think the girls got scared a little bit. They saw the talent on the other team. They saw the Valley Central girls' strength, and you know they're trying to equal that, and they're trying to collaborate and make the most of the game. And I think that's going to happen if these girls just really observe.
Valley Central trying to take the lead now for the first time in this game. We'll have to see if Warwick will allow that to happen. Big hit from Genevieve, and that's going to not allow it. 17-16 now.
I mean, talk about just a huge team player. I mean, she brought the team back there, and yeah, she's another person to keep an eye out for this game.
It's got to feel nice for Warwick to finally be able to serve it again.
Oh yeah, it's got to feel amazing. Here we've got number 14, is Peyton.
Komorski. And Komorski's going to send it on over. Big hit. First hit sets it up for the third.
There you go, Jillian with a nice libero dig there, I believe.
Genevieve had a big hit to get it over the net.
Oh yeah, she's going in there.
Oh, and that one's going to get received by Valley Central. I thought that was going down. Second hit's going to be crucial here for Warwick. Third one sends it over, and that one's going to be out. And another point for the Wildcats.
That was nice. Played a little bit of hot potato there, but, you know, Warwick reigns supreme, and that's all that matters.
So 18-16 right now. Warwick is closing into the 20s, which is going to be crucial for this end of this first set.
Oh yeah, it gets really scary in the 20s, like I said before, especially when you're at 23, your opponent's at 21-20. It gets scary because they can catch up very quick.
Well, Komorski sends it right over, and that's going to be a point for Valley Central, though, as it was not inbound. So Valley Central is allowed to serve it again.
Almost like I brought that into the universe, saying, how quick they catch up. It's almost how I brought that. I manifested that.
It was brought into existence. Warwick's trying to right the wrong of that last play, and they just couldn't do it that time. Now tied game again, 18-18.
But hey, you got to go for the hit. You always got to go for whatever you think is going to be the strongest. And in that moment, she made the decision to go for the hit. It didn't go as she planned, but 18-18.
VC's number 5 sends it on over. That one doesn't get over the net, so it's going to be another point for the Wildcats.
Now we are at 19-18. Warwick is about to hit 20, hopefully.
I saw 13 come off right there, I believe.
And here's our libero again, Jillian.
Jillian Daubert sends it over. Huge hit, but I believe it's out of bounds. So that'll be a 19-19 game now. So closing in on 25. It's getting a little intense for this first set.
Oh, what a close game this first set is. I haven't seen something like this in a while.
Warwick entered this game. I believe there was a timeout just called. Oh, no, I thought a timeout was just called. Someone was talking about it. That ball, huge hit's going to be needed right here on the third one. And it's going to go on over. VC's trying to set it up for a third big hit. Oh, miscommunication right there. And that's going to give Valley Central a lead for the first time today.
And there you have it. Valley Central has hit 20, and Warwick is dragging behind with a 19. They could still get it back. Looking number 2 at our libero for Valley Central. She's about to serve. Let's hope something happens out here.
VC came out of the gates a little slow, but they've picked it up in the past, I want to say 5 minutes or so. Warwick, good first hit, gets it over.
There you go, Genevieve.
Second hit to set it up.
She really went in there.
Oh, and I think Ashley just missed that one a little bit with her hand. So
some of these girls have been playing the entire set, and they're doing so well on both sides. You know, these girls, they put a lot into the sport. A lot of these girls play club. They play all year round, and they're dedicated to the sport.
You know, if you're Warwick, how do you recover from, the early lead and dropping out of the lead, 21-19? What do you do?
Honestly, the bad start to a sports season can always kind of make you feel kind of bad, always make you feel like it's not going to be a good season. But there have been times where sports teams, even some of the best sports teams in the world, have had terrible season openers and just have reigned supreme. And I think that Warwick just needs to go in with that kind of mentality that they will succeed and that they will get better with every game, with every play, with every hit, with every loss. I think that they're going to get better.
Valley Central has not beaten Warwick in any of their games since the end of the 2010s. That is an interesting statistic they are trying to change today. We'll see if they'll be able to do that.
That is a very long time.
Fair be it they wish the COVID years, but VC is going to send it over right now, trying to win the first set of the night. Good set. Big hit on over the net. I think... Oh, wait. Genevieve. That's going to go down, and another point for the Wildcats, 20-21. I was going to say, it looks like Warwick players, at least up front, they're just jumping a little too early for those balls that are going to get killed right over.
Those girls, I think they're just trying to block that ball, and they're trying to get there. They don't want to, they don't want to get in the way of anything, but they really do want to stop that ball from having any sort of negative interaction with the players. So I think what those girls up there are trying to do is just get in there, block it.
So a good swing of momentum potentially changing here for the Wildcats. They've just got 2 points up on Valley Central. It's a 21 ball game.
I am pretty sure that those two girls that jump up when the ball crosses over the net, that is called an assist. I haven't played volleyball in a year, but I'm pretty sure that is what it's called. There we go, Reagan Smith. Correct
or not, Warwick is trying to get more points, and I believe they do right there, because they go 22-21 now. 3 away from a set win.
So that ball came in kind of hot over the net the first time. Reagan Smith really directed it in the right way and just brought home another point for the team. I think she was a huge part of that point being won.
Genevieve's going to send this one over, and I thought that hit the ground. It did not. Great dig.
Reagan Smith, killer hit, just sending it over there like it's nothing.
Reagan looked at taking it again, but she didn't end up doing it. Allowed her teammates here. Good back and forth right here. It bounced off the net, but they were still able to go over. VC's got to respond, and they couldn't right there. It's going to be another point for the Wildcats, 23-21.
All right, looking like the girls are getting their mojo back a little bit. Let's hope that they can bring home these next 2 points and just bring home the first set for us.
Correct me if I'm wrong, you need to win by 2 for your sets, or is it just first to 25?
Varsity has to win by 3. 2. Varsity has to win by 2.
Understood. So right now, even if they were to get to 25 at this pace, 22 points is where Valley Central's at, so Valley Central has to stay at 23 or 22. Hopefully for Warwick's case, 22. Valley Central sends it over to Warwick.
I never claimed to be good at volleyball. So never made it to varsity, but I'm pretty sure they play best of 2.
Big hit by Valley Central. That one is going to be a point for them, so it's going to be a tie game, 23 apiece.
And these girls are really trying to get out there. They're really getting aggressive.
If I recall correct from intros, this is the only freshman on the team, and she is doing an incredible job for Valley Central. And right there, just perfectly placed and 1 point from taking the set.
Looks like Valley Central is really trying to get in there as well. And you said number 10 is the only freshman on the team?
I believe so. I'm not 100% sure.
And we've been mentioning how great of a hitter she is, so credits to her.
That was unfortunate. A bit of a miscommunication right there is going to cost Warwick the first set. So not the start they wanted, but always room to come back.
Yeah, it's always hard when those balls go out of bounds. You can't do much. You can't do much. All you got to do is run. If you don't make it.
So that'll do it for the first set. But everyone stay here because when we come back, we got more volleyball action from the Warwick Valley High School.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear, call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes.
Good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
Welcome back to the Warwick Valley High School for the second set of the Warwick Valley Wildcats versus the Valley Central Vikings. The Vikings took the first set in a 25-23 game, so we'll have to see how Warwick will respond here in set number 2. So everyone getting hyped up and getting ready to go.
Looks like we've got number 3 serving for Valley Central.
BC serves it over. Good hit so far to start from Warwick. Didn't even need the third one. Valley Central will, though, and they were unable to get it over.
And that was a great block from players 13 and 14, Stephanie and Caitlin.
And that's going to be the first point for Warwick. This is right out of the gates.
So they're coming in hot. They want that win. They want to win a set back.
You know, you obviously never want to go down 2 sets. That's never ideal.
That's never good. And, you know, you got these girls from Warwick. They're really trying to bring it home. Like I said, Warwick and Valley Central, they're so close in strengths and weaknesses. One is ranked 9th and one is ranked 11th.
I think one's ranked 11th and one's 13th. I think it's Valley Central, it's 11th, Warwick 13th. Warwick is trying to get that ball back over. That's a big hit. VC, the Vikings are going to send that one over and get the point, if I recall right. Yes, they do.
You know, you had 2 girls there diving for that on Warwick. And they kind of collided with each other, but no problem. It's 1-1 right now. Looks like number 5 will be serving for Valley Central.
VC gets ready.
Nice spin.
Up that ball will go and over the net.
And she's got a very nice jump serve.
Oh, not as strong of a first hit, but a set was very good and a crucial hit, crucial kill for Genevieve.
Yeah, but a kill nonetheless.
All over my own words right now, but 2-1 for the Wildcats.
And now we have 13, Stephanie Pickerling. She's a sophomore. She'll be serving for Warwick.
This Pickering sends it over. Huge serve, but I think a little too much power. They'll give Valley Central right back the ball.
So we could say that her biggest flaw is that she's too powerful.
That's not the worst flaw to have. So I would take that any day. We'll see here how Valley Central responds. Hennessy Cole.
Libero with a sudden movement. Not enough to win that point.
So a 2-3 deficit. Valley Central takes the lead early in the second set. We'll see how number 2 serves this one up.
She's got a nice jump serve as well.
Big serve. Oh, but a mistake.
From number 10, an incredible, talented hitter. She kind of fumbled there, but Warwick's got the ball again.
And that's going to allow Genevieve to serve us over with a 3-3 tied game in the second set. Big hit, but a little too big of a hit. It's going to send Warwick down again, 3-4.
Looks like we've got number 1 going in for number 3 on Valley Central. So she will be there now. And number 10 is serving.
Big hit over the net. Need a big response right here.
There you
gets
go.
It.
Incredible
That
serve.
might be. Oh wow! Valley Central really responded that time, but unable to get that ball completely over the net, and it's going to tie the game right back up 4-4.
Yeah, that was an incredible hit by Warwick in the middle of the set. Very powerful. You know, they're maintaining their strength.
No, I apologize. I'm choking on myself right now. Warwick takes the lead 5-4.
He's just very happy to be here.
Yeah, no, I'm all over the place. It's going to allow Reagan to serve Junior. Puts a very long serve. Yeah, she gets it over. I was sitting there waiting. Valley Central is going to get this one over to Warwick. Lily hits it the first time. Second time didn't send it over. And the third hit will not get it over, so Valley Central is going to tie us back up again 5-5.
Hey, but credit to our libero right on court right now, number 11, Lily Hennessy Cole. Like I said, she had a little bit of a fumble there in the middle of the first set, but she's really coming back and having some great digs out here.
Valley Central sends it over.
Like that was great. Sudden movements is key as a libero.
Clearly she is a big influence here on the court. Warwick needs to get this ball right over, and they do. And that will set the score at 5-6, as that was just too far out of bounds for the Wildcats. So that'll allow Valley Central to serve with number 15. Big hit right over the net. A lot of strong arms on that Valley Central team. That ball, if I'm right, is in. Yeah, it is. So 6-6 now in the game. They just can't get untied.
Yeah, I think like these girls are so similar. Both of these teams, you know, they play very similarly. So it's not surprising.
Big serve. Sets it up for a third hit right here from Valley Central. Two girls went for that ball. That one's going to go way out of bounds, back behind me.
But, I mean, how much power you have to make that kind of dig. It is remarkable, even if it goes out of bounds. So 12 will be serving for Valley Central.
A 6-7 game for the second set. Valley Central turns it over.
Ooh, that was very nice. Number 2, Victoria Martinez.
And that set up well for Warwick, but it didn't end up playing out well as VC gets another point, 6-8. Starting to build a little bit of a gap, not too much though. Now the 12 serves it back on over again.
Nice dig from Genevieve. What a great hit from number 14, Peyton. And she's great all around as well. Can play.
Just short of the ball was number 12 right there on VC, so 7-8 to score. Honestly, I think a big flaw of this team is just too many big hitters for Warwick.
Yeah, I think, just some incredible hitters on both teams.
So we'll see as Charlene Petroshak is going to send this one over. Powerful serve. Valley Central responds though. Second hit, now third hit impending. Warwick's got to get this one closer. That ball goes up. Not over yet. That one goes over. Oh, Warwick in a world of trouble. They were able to respond that time. That one, they could not.
They really just let that one hit the ground. I didn't even really see anyone dive for it, but you know, these girls, I think they're just a little bit taken aback and just trying their hardest out there.
I'd like to say a slight miscommunication would probably be a big factor in that. You see the Vikings send it over and straight onto the board again, 7-10 now in the set.
Yeah, one of the hardest things in volleyball is to make sure that you are getting to that ball before somebody else, because if it's the two of you, you're going to collide. So you got to yell, I got it. You got to yell, you got it. Because if not, who's going for that ball?
For anyone who wonders why volleyball is so loud, that is why. Everyone's trying to yell, I got it.
The constant yelling.
Warwick gets that one over. They got to respond right here, though. Playing really close to the net. Big hit from Valley Central.
And if you just listen in, you can hear these girls communicating with each other throughout the entire play.
I think that one, I don't know who it was aimed at, but that one took one of the Warwick players aback.
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while you'll get a crazy hit coming at you. You don't know what to do.
So this puts a 7-11 lead for the Vikings. Valley Central serves it over. First hit so far so good, and oh no, just unfortunate, just bounced off the net. So that's going to be another point for VC.
I believe 4 girls touched the ball on the Warwick team. That is not allowed. I believe that was what that hand signal meant from the ref. Held up 4 fingers.
Also, it was just bad hit into the great timing, just a slightly bad hit with the hand, so it went into the net.
Yeah, all about timing. all about timing in this game. It's all about a lot of things in this game, but timing is a huge part. So is Genevieve. She's playing out to be an incredible and such an important part of this game.
Valley Central takes another point right there, though. 7-13. They're starting to build up a bit of a lead. Warwick's going to have to find a way to respond, though.
Yeah, 7-13, that's dangerous, risky business, but Warwick looks like they're getting back some aggression. Looks like it's going to be a fun game. Number 3 is serving for Valley Central.
Good first hit, sets it up for a third hit. And it's straight down. A great kill there for Warwick. 8-13 now.
Just straight to the point. These girls, they do have an aggression. They do have a light in their hearts. They want to play this game. Fire in their hearts is what I meant.
Peyton Morsi's going to get ready. Serve is up.
Nice
and
hit.
over.
Serve. So number 5 set that up for 13, but she just couldn't get it over the net for Valley Central. So that point is going to Warwick.
Hopefully for Warwick with a 9-13 score now, but they're starting to build some momentum, get back to that inching closer to the Vikings.
Looks like 14's going in for another serve.
Wildcats send it up and over.
And
that
she's
one
got it.
almost.
Number 10, Valley Central, with an incredible hit again. And the ball hit the ceiling, went straight back down to the floor, and that is going to be another point for Valley Central.
Just unfortunate there for the Wildcats, but 9-14 is the score now in the second set.
Yeah, there's not really much you can do to prevent that. You play volleyball inside, there's going to be a ceiling.
Everything that goes up must come down.
Exactly, just like the serve from number 5 on Valley Central, and it is going to be out of bounds, so that's another point for Warwick.
10-14. They're kind of. I think they've got Valley Central rocked a little bit.
Yeah, I think the Wildcats are really bringing out their claws.
That's a great pun right there.
Got the 13, Stephanie Pickerling serving. Nice serve, very high up, had some air. Oh man, it's just a ruthless serve, hit from 10, and like always, she's incredible.
Is it normal for our players to stand like in the back row to stand that far back? The person in the middle.
Yeah, the girls back there, they're preparing for anything. You never know what's going to happen with a serve. It could be as close to the net as possible. It could be as far away as possible. You never know, so you've got to be prepared.
Oh.
It's like these girls they're running around the court. You have no idea where the ball is going to go. It's a light ball. Any sudden tap.
A very big guessing game it is. And it's going to allowing Warwick to get back on the board was that hit right there by, if I'm correct, it was Charlene Petrashak. Might be wrong on that, but it looked like a number 12.
I didn't get the name, but here we go.
I do know this is Genevieve sending it over to the Vikings. And that one goes right out of bounds. So that's going to be another point for the Vikings. A 11-16 score in set number 2.
Looks like we got a number 1 going into number 3 on Valley Central. 10 is going to hit that powerful arm of hers. Let's see what she has in store for us tonight. There you go.
Straight over the net with no regard for human life, basically. 11-17 now.
Yeah, she's a killer. Here she goes again. Let's hope Warwick can bring it back this time, really get in there. Come on, guys.
Warwick has to find a way to stop number 10.
Seems like they might have, if number 12 could just, there you go, number 12.
Hits it over.
Oh, and the ball came hurling at
Mackay. Straight to me is where the ball went, but that allows Warwick to get on the board. Again, 12-17 now here in set 2. Set is starting to come to a close. It's closer to over than it is to starting. So
we've got number 6, Reagan Smith, serving. Powerful serve from Reagan.
Huge serve.
She's got a good arm, Reagan. She's had a couple good hits and serves throughout this game.
Something that gets lost in the I was gonna say something that gets lost in this game is hand placement, and right there. A lot of hand placement was correct for the Vikings. It just kind of looked like the ball was going to go out, or not go out, but I should say, he dropped, and it just wasn't. So they were able to recover that. 12-18 now.
So they've got some good motor skills, some good hand-eye coordination on Valley Central. And here goes number 15 for another serve on Valley Central. Let's see if she can bring it over the net.
She's going to keep bouncing.
She's going to keep bouncing while the coaches speak to the ref. Sean Thomas, head coach for the girls varsity volleyball.
And now she gets ready into rhythm, sends it right over to Warwick. How will they respond?
That ball had a bit of a spin to it.
I think there was some miscommunication there. No one really yelled out for that, so that puts the VC up to 19 points now. Warwick still at 12.
Communication is key for Warwick. It seems like that might be one of these girls' weaknesses. But we can see if they're going to bring it home again. I mean...
That one's close. That one's going to be ruled out, though, so another point for the Vikings, 12-20.
Didn't notice this. Looks like we've got Jillian Dalbert back in as libero.
Ball goes up and over, and that one goes straight down, and it's going to be another point for VC.
It looked like it just kind of hit one of the girls on Warwick's knees and just propelled off her. She couldn't control that, really, but 12-21.
A 9-point gap right now. The Vikings lead over the Wildcats. And that one's going to go out and make it a 10-point deficit for Warwick, down to Valley Central.
It gets scary when this kind of score is on the screen, but I have seen crazier. I have seen girls come back up from 7-20 and win a set. So we just got to wait and see what happens. It's like a movie, seeing it all play out.
12-22. It could technically be worse, and it's going to go 12-23 as that one goes out on Warwick.
You do have to give credit to Jillian. She went for that dig. Didn't go exactly as she planned, but you know that's that libero dedication that not everyone has, but you know our liberos do, thankfully, for Warwick.
2 points needed for Valley Central to win set number 2. They would go up 2-0. It's very hard for her to come back from that, and now they're only one away. 24-12 is the score.
All right, so Valley Central is beating Warwick by ×2, so
double their amount of points. Warwick needs to get 13 straight if they want to win this set. First hit, second hit, this one has to go over. It does.
Warwick's got to double their points.
Oh, and that was just short of the ball. That is going to end the second set, 25-12. Wildcats look kind of out of it.
Also, these girls play 2-3, best of 3.
Mike Rowe on the student organization known as Skills USA.
Well, everybody talks about high unemployment. It seems to me that the real problem is the skills gap. There are opportunities available, millions of them. Skills USA is on the front line. They're encouraging soft skills and specific skills. They're the connective tissue in between the opportunities that exist and the hopes that a lot of parents and kids have for their own future.
Learn more at skillsusa.org and microworks.org.
Skills USA, champions at work.
Valley Central up 2-0 on the Wildcats. That one was a little bit more clear and dominant for the Vikings. Warwick has to respond. What do they have to do?
Warwick, they first of all, the communication, they were lacking a little bit of that in the second set, and I think they really need to harness down and focus on that. Also, just sudden movements and just running and just getting there as fast as you can to the ball.
Coach, you about ready? So with that, they're getting ready back to serve, start this third set. Remember, if VC wins this set, they win the game entirely. So Warwick has to come from a 2-0 deficit via the sets.
Yeah, correcting my mistake. I had said that you got to get 2 set wins. It's actually 3. I was going by the JV rules, like I said.
Peyton Komorski was the server, right? Was the server? Was that the setter? What's the correct word?
I saw a hit. I was kind of looking at the roster.
Well, whatever the circumstance may be, that's a point for the Wildcats right there. So 1-0. And Komorski's going to step back and send it back over. And a big serve. And that one's going to be another point for Warwick. Oh, Oh, wait. Yep, there's got a little confused right there. Another point for Warwick there, too, though.
But that is a celebration. Volleyball, they do that a lot. They have a lot of planned celebrations for different kinds of wins, kills, aces, you name it. They have a celebration for it. 14 serving.
Well, that could have fooled me, so so that's that. But, you see Warwick here trying to get that ball back over to the Vikings, and that one's going to go out of bounds. No, that's still in play. I thought that was going out. That one is not going to go in favor of the Vikings. A 3-0 lead now for Wildcats.
3-0. They're kind of getting it back a bit.
They have to respond. We said that at the start. They're starting to do that right now.
Yeah, here we go again. 14, Peyton Komarski, sophomore. Here she goes, serving.
Komarski sends it over to Valley Central. Second hit. This one has to go over, and it does, and that's going to be a point for the Vikings.
But credits to Reagan Smith. I believe it was her when she went up to block the ball. Her hand did touch it. If she just had a little bit more force, she would have been able to block that. But no big deal, because now we have number 5 on Valley Central serving. You cannot block a serve, so we don't have to worry about that.
And that one's going to just go straight up and then straight down for the Vikings.
That's just a matter of speed and communication. You got to be, on your feet 24/7 in volleyball. Specifically, if you're a libero, like number 5, Jillian Daubert is taking on a big position in this game.
Big first hit. Second hit's going to be huge. Here's the third one. It gets over. The Vikings now 2 hits. Third one has to make it over. I think it was on. I think Komarski froze right there. Saw that one coming quick, and that's going to allow him to tie it up 3-3.
Yeah, there we go. We're back to a tie. These girls, they cannot get away from the tying.
Central sends this one back on over. Daubert hits it over. Has to punch it up. It's the only way to get it back over. Worked successfully though for Warwick.
It looks like there's a lot of play, a lot of action going on, especially on the Warwick side. These girls are really in it.
Tons of back and forth, and that one played into the favor of Warwick. They go up now 4-3.
I think the biggest thing for these girls is, now that I'm realizing it, you have to get in there and just really just focus on the ball. And your girls, your players, your teammates, you got to just focus on those 2 things.
Oh, and that ball's not going to go over. That's going to be a now 5-3 lead for the Wildcats.
So, yeah, they're getting it back there a little bit. And let's go on the Wildcats. We've got number 5, Jillian Daubert, going in for a serve again. Notice how none of the girls are helping Jillian grab the volleyball and passing it over to her, and that's because it's bad luck to touch the volleyball if you're not the one serving it.
I did not know that. That is new to me. And what's also new is the score that the Vikings just put up.
Oh, that was great.
The Valley Central goes down. It's only down by 1, 5-4 here in this third set.
That was smooth, almost as smooth as number 2 on Valley Central, about to do a serve. Looks like she's a libero, so she's got to be very smooth on the court.
Oh, that was, I think, mistimed. I don't even know, miscommunication, mistimed, whatever you want to call it. 5-5 is the score now.
Yeah, the constant tying, I'm sure that both Valley Central and Warwick girls are getting very tired of constantly tying with each other. Hopefully that tie will break soon in Warwick's favor. We can only hope. Genevieve, number 4, again with an amazing hit.
Oh, that one's going to get saved. Big hit needed. Warwick sends it back over. Valley Central has to respond here. Third hit. And that one does not turn out well for the Wildcats.
A carry, looks like the refs said. Originally the refs said a 2-touch, but then they changed it to a carry. So a bit of a miscommunication with the refs there.
Not very common. You see them make a mistake. But in this case, they decided to. They happened to. So 5-6 now, though, for the Valley Central Vikings. Warwick, huge hit there from Daubert. Komarski sends it over to Genevieve, and that one goes up. Oh, and you see Jillian, she dived for that one. She did everything she could to get underneath that ball, just wasn't able to.
Yeah, I was just so taken back by that dive by Jillian. But it does look like the ball is still in Valley Central's favor.
Vikings number 2 sends it over, and that one is going to go out, and that's going to be another point
hey,
for Valley Central.
There's not much that Genevieve could have done with that. She could have either jumped over, hurdled the chairs, or just stood there, and she decided to save herself so she could play the rest of the game.
Sometimes that is the smart decision. However, Warwick now down. They need to take the lead and win this set if they want this game to continue. Huge hit there. Sends the ball right back over to Valley Central. Jillian gets underneath that one. Big setup there for Genevieve. That one does not hit the ground. Looks real close though. Genevieve hits it over to Komorski. Got it over the net. Valley Central tries to find something to do with it. Big set, third hit, and that goes onto the ground. And that's going to be another point for the Wildcats. 6-8 now, trying to close back up that lead.
Wildcats are going for it. Number 4, Genevieve. Let's see if she's got a good serve on her. We know she's got a powerful arm. Let's see what this set holds her.
This set gets just straight over and right to her feet. Perfectly placed, and that gets Warwick now down 7-8.
And there goes the girls' ace celebration. Seems like they all drop to the floor and say ace. So, not to be alarmed, Mackay, next time they drop to the floor, they are not all in pain. They are celebrating.
Calling out my weakness here. Oh, that actually might be in. No, it's not. No, that was for a second, but 7-9 is the score, and that gives Valley Central back a 2-point lead. Worth noting, Warwick has not ever been under 500 at the end of a season. So right now they're flirting right around 500, so it's important to try and keep themselves above it.
Yeah, it's so important to keep that legacy going. And these girls, I think they're doing very well.
I should clarify, not had a season under 500 in the 2020s, which still is a fairly big sample size.
Well, hard years, the 2020s have been, especially 2020, but these girls are getting back from it.
Oh, that ball just I think a little over her head, so that's going to send, and obviously the score before that one right there for Valley Central, so that makes them 11-7, the leaders. So VC is trying to close up on a W. They would clean sweep Warwick if they win this set. This third hit has to be big, and it just isn't. And Warwick goes down another point, 7-12 now.
I think the basketball hoops that are at an angle might be hitting the ball a couple times, might be prohibiting the ball from going as far as it can.
So, timeout here got called, and Sam, if you're the Wildcats, you're down 5, third set, you have to come back to win this set, win the next set, and the third set after that. What are you telling your team?
I'm telling my team that they really got to just their reaction times, they've got to be seconds ahead of where they are now. They've got to communicate with each other. They almost have to call the ball before it even goes over the net. They really have to be on top of it. They have to almost predict where the ball is going to go, and they have to be ready for anything. And I would tell my team to really just focus on what's important, and that is the ball.
If the ball is not on the other team's floor, then it is not where you want it to be.
Exactly.
So we'll see Valley Central serve this one back over to Warwick. Advantage to VC, 12-7 here in the third set. That one goes over, hit by Daubert. To Komorski, served back over.
And that was a nice simple
oh, and it
over.
gets stopped, and I think that's a point for the Wildcats. It is 8-12 now.
It is. I didn't get why the Wildcats won that point.
I think that one just kind of got stopped over the net, just like VC just kind of got.
Incredible. Any point for Warwick is a good point.
Any point in general for any team is a good point, and that one is going to be another one for Warwick. Starting to try and build this momentum back. They have to keep it, though. We'll see here is...
Looks like Reagan Smith.
Yes, Reagan will send this one over.
Let's see what her serve has in hold for us.
That was a really good serve. Just a great dig, though, from Valley Central. Daubert hits that one. So a little bit back and forth right now, swinging on a swing set. And this one is... This play is whistled dead.
Two touch, looks like. 2-touch on Warwick's team. Warwick's side touched the ball twice. So now Reagan is going out, and number 2, Victoria Martinez, is coming in.
We'll sub in. 13-9 in favor of VC. Huge hit there for Warwick to start out. Second hit sets it up for the third one. It tips it right over.
Nice little tip over by Peyton Komarski. Oh, and there she
dug
goes.
for that, but just a little late of a reaction time there, it looked like, by Genevieve. Just trying to figure out who was going for that ball, and just no one really decided till it was a little too late. So 14-9 now for the Vikings.
It looks like that was number 12, Charlene Petroshok, who went in for that dig. Actually got it. She was not the reason that the point didn't make it to the Warwick side, but a nice dig by her.
I think that one, I can't tell if that one went, yes, that went out off of the hand, so that'll be out of bounds on Warwick's part. So another point for Valley Central, 15-9 now. Closing in only 10 points away from victory for the Vikings. This one goes over. Second hit there for Warwick. Third one almost did it. Oh, a great stop right there. Forces Valley Central to recuperate quick. It's going to be a big third hit. Ball is having a lot of airtime right now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just flying up there.
Oh, and just a slightly under-hit ball right there by Charlene Petroshok. 9-16 the score. The real question is if Warwick can mount this comeback. They'll have the ball to try and help them, because that is going to give them their 10th point of the set.
These girls really just got to focus. They really just got to, again, one thing that matters most is the ball. So what's happening
for Valley Central, do you take it easy, or do you think they want to just end this game?
I mean, it's hard to tell what's going through these girls' minds. It's hard to tell what the coach told them to do. If I were Valley Central, I would still go hard. I would play my best through and through. I hope they're not taking it easy. I don't think they are. It looks like they're playing a hard game out there through and through. You see that? A dig from number 4 on Valley Central.
That's what Warwick needs. That gives them another point, 11-16. They're closing up that gap, but they've got to do it consistently. They cannot let more points get away from them.
Now we've got number 13, Stephanie Pickerling, going in for a serve. She's got a nice serve there, straight for the kill. Number 2, Libero for Valley Central. Seem to have gotten that, though. Nice reaction time for her.
Stephanie, I was going to say, one of the youngest on the team, and that's another point for the Wildcats. 12-16 now. They're starting to close that gap back up. Let's see what Miss Pickering has got on this serve.
No, I don't care what anyone says. 13 is a very lucky number for me.
13 might not actually be cursed, but we'll see here. Oh, that was almost not over the net, but it was for Valley Central. Now back on Valley Central's side right here. Wildcats trying to send this one over. They've got it. I don't know if that's in.
Oh, that was out.
So it's going to be a 12-17 score here in Warwick. Time's running out. And, well, not time, but I guess time is technically running out with the amount of points that they're scoring. So the Vikings have a 5-point deficit, or 5-point lead over the Wildcats. Whew. Almost made that 4 right there. Oh, and that one almost landed on the floor, but that's going to go on Warwick's side instead and give the Valley Central Vikings their 18th point of the third set.
But number 2, Victoria Martinez on Warwick. She's a junior. She really did go for that dig, though. She tried her hardest. You can't blame her for that. Here we go. Another serve from number 12 on Valley Central.
Warwick trying to get any points that they can. That one might almost went their way. Oh, that was just miscommunication right there. Nobody really seemed to know who should go for that ball. And it's going to be a 12-19 game now.
You know, we went over some important things that these girls got to focus on in the pregame, but I would say the fourth would probably be communication. And maybe we should have mentioned that, because if we had, they might have communicated a bit more.
And that is going to be a point for Warwick right there, though, 13-19. Six points seems to be their comfort spot. They're stuck in that little riffle. Believe. Was there a timeout call?
There's a bit of there's an injury on the Valley Central team.
I didn't even notice.
Number 1 seems to have hurt in her leg.
Good to see she's not. Doesn't seem to. She's able to hop on her one leg at least.
Yeah. So Warwick is talking amongst themselves. Valley Central is focusing on their hurt player. Hopefully she's all right.
Obviously, never want to see any injuries in any sports, especially at the high school level. But we do have to get to the business here, and the business is what can Warwick do? What does Warwick have to do to get these 6 points back and take the set win?
I mean, it's almost like a broken record. I feel like we've been saying this the entire game, that they need to communicate. And it's almost funny. We're communicating to them that they need to communicate, and it's not being communicated very well.
I'm sending telepathic signals. The Wildcats, they are facing sudden death almost, because the Vikings are 6 points from taking home the victory here tonight and moving to 7-3 and putting the Wildcats 6-7 at a losing record on the season.
Yeah, and listen, communication is difficult. These girls are doing so much. They're doing so much. I know if I was doing as much as they are, as much physical activity as they are on the court, I wouldn't be able to communicate half as well as they are. So all credits goes to these girls. They're putting their everything into this game. They're passionate about the game. You can tell. So nothing but love for the Warwick Wildcats volleyball.
They are varsity for a reason.
Yeah.
So they have obviously had to earn it. We'll see. That's.
And they want it.
Team captain Charlene Petroshak, one of the 2 captains. We'll see what she does with the ball. Big serve, sends it right on over. Oh, that one's going to stay on the side of Valley Central. It's another point for the Wildcats. 14-19 now. How will the Vikings respond? Petroshak sends it up again. Another big hit. Looks similar to the last set of plays. That one almost didn't go over, but it does. And that one's going to be a point for Valley Central. They're now 5 away from victory.
That's just sudden death, really. Those sudden, quick hits in the last second. That's just, you don't want that.
These Warwick girls gotta find rhythm and find it very, very quick, or this game will not be a home victory for them. Only their 2nd home loss on the season, if I recall correctly, looking back at my notes. But Valley Central serves that one over, hit by Dauber, and just no one able to get that one. 14-21 now for the Valley Central Vikings. They're now 4 away from winning. They were 8-2 all-time versus Valley Central entering this game. At this pace, maybe 8-3. Oh, and just tried to get underneath that dig and just could not get her hands and arms underneath it. So now 22 points for Valley Central, 14 for Warwick in the 3rd set.
All right, we've got number 6, Reagan Smith, coming in. And Victoria Martinez, number 2, is out.
Some substitutions happening on Warwick's side. Very, very late. They have to recover. Send your best players out.
And there she goes, Reagan Smith.
Sent that one back over. Oh, and that goes in favor of the Wildcats, as that one did not go over the net. So 15-22. But they need 7 more to tie at 22 apiece.
All right, so maybe there might be a bit of a silver lining here.
We'll see. Kamorsi gets ready to serve for maybe the final time tonight. Well, hopefully not for her. And that one's another point for Warwick, 16-22. You see the little celebration right there. I caught it that time. So, yeah. Kamorsi, obviously.
I think we've got to have a celebration for the next game.
We do here at the commentators. We need to have a celebration. We'll fall over our chairs. Kamorsi sets it up and over. Look to ace it again. Didn't quite get it, and that one's a point for the Vikings. 16-23 now.
You could tell on the Warwick girls' faces that they are frustrated with the miscommunication. It just comes down to these girls getting to know each other and really getting to know how they play. we're not that far into the volleyball season, are we?
I think we're about halfway right now.
All right, so we're halfway, and these girls, you know, there's still a lot of room for improvement. It's not the end.
Wildcats send that one over. Oh, that they might get this point. Oh,
yeah, there was a bit of a collision there.
Oh, Jillian. That's going to be another point. One more point for the Valley Central Vikings, and they'll win this game.
All right, final moment determines everything. Are the Warwick girls going to get their mojo back and bring it home for the Wildcats? That's the question.
Vikings send that over. Warwick trying to find something to get any points they can. And this game is going to be continued because Warwick puts one more point up on the board. 17-24 now.
So here she goes. Jillian, who has had a great game. She's really been going for digs. She's really been playing at high energy. Let's see what she can do.
One of their better players tonight. They need her to step up right now. This is the time.
Here we go.
It's going to be another point for the Wildcats, 18-24. They have to come back. They cannot allow another point. This game will end with another Valley Central point.
The girls are getting it back. Let's see if they can keep it there. Keep it up, just like they're trying to keep this ball up.
First hit, second hit, have to hit it over. Jillian gets that one over.
You could feel the energy in the room.
Oh, that one got over again. Will Warwick be able to respond? They do not want to take an L in this game, and I think the miscommunication there again will seal the deal here at Warwick.
Hey, listen, these girls, they played their hearts out, and that's really, at the end of the day, what matters. We can sit here, we can commentate. These girls played amazing. Thank you, Makai, for having me.
The Valley Central Vikings defeat the Warwick Valley Wildcats 3-0 in the sets. And that will do it for our coverage here tonight at the Warwick Valley High School. Thank you guys so much for stopping by.